If you want to know the best and fastest farming methods to farm the latest DLC bosses, you are in the right place. I've spent dozens of hours optimizing all of the key builds on this list so you can one-shot the DLC bosses and earn Lumina the easiest and fastest way possible. If you already killed the Dancius, this guide will give you a second chance of earning 190 Lumina and up to a whopping 1000 Lumina per hour, along with an absurd amount of perfect catalyst for your character progression needs. Like for example, my Oscio farming spot that will allow you to farm this guy with a beginner-friendly build by giving all of your party members with 9 shield stacks. So you will have a lot of wiggle room to study the boss's attack patterns and timings, while still giving you the ability to one-shot all of Oscio's phases, leading to quick and easy clear times and good Lumina gains per hour. Oscio is the final boss of Versus drafts, which can be found near Lumiere, accessible in Act 3, and Eskia needs to have his diving ability for you to access this area. The fastest way to reach the boss is by unlocking the Reverie Expedition flag and by heading to the huge Eskia mask to access the lair. When it comes to the farming build, I would highly suggest taking the time to follow everything that you are seeing on the screen right now, since a minor change in the build may cause you a lot of headaches and make you wonder why you cannot replicate my methods later on. Pay absolute attention to all of my character stats, especially the equip pictos, since having lower or higher speed stats can mess up the methods later on. And of course, the same applies to the build's overall Lumina setup. The turn order in this method should be Mael goes first, second is Verso, and last is CL, and you are good to go. But if you need more Lumina to optimize this run, you can easily watch both of my traditional best Lumina farms. Link in the description or find the videos by clicking the card here. For the actual method, engage Oscio to start the fight and let Mael cast last chance for her to generate shields for her party members. Cast another last chance in her second turn to take advantage of the warming up picto and get more damage multipliers. While Verso equipped with a Cerezo will do free aim shots to reach S rank perfection so he can add more damage multipliers on Mael through the weapon. He is our main gradient charger as well in this lineup, so always end both of his turns with normal attacks. Once CL gets her turn, she will help Verso in maxing out the gradient charge to 3 with free aim shots as well. She will then cast Fortune's Fury on Mael to apply double damage during her first turn so Mael can deal huge damage later on. On CL's second turn, you can shoot the boss for more burn stacks and end her turn with a normal attack. Mael will take her turn once again and then consume the gradient charge level 3 for even more damage multipliers, and let her cast Burning Canvas to one-shot Oscio in this phase. Even if you don't have that much of a burn stacks active on the boss, she will be able to one-shot Oscio without a hassle, and then cast another last chance to max out all of your party members' shields to 9 stacks during her second turn, and then the boss will enter phase 2 after the said turn. Oscio will begin to attack your party members, and this is where your shield stacks will come in handy. Most of the DLC bosses will force you to get good at parrying and dodging since you can't really skip their attack animations. These attacks animations are advanced for most people because of the attack speed and number of hits. While you are learning the timings of each of the attacks, the shield is here to back you up, giving you a headroom for more errors. You can see here on this clip that I am purposely not parrying some of the attacks to show you how effective this strategy is. Oscio will be attacking the party in 2 whole turns, so that's a lot of attacks to parry and dodge. The shield stacking method is made possible because of Mael's Yeverum weapon, which produces shield stacks for all party members when casting Last Chance. When Oscio's turn is done, let Verso reach S rank perfection with free aim shots again and end both of his turns with normal attack. Technically, he just repeated his actions in phase 1. CL will take her turn and max out the gradient charges once again and let her cast Fortune's Fury on Mael for double damage. During her second turn, make sure to cast Intervention on Mael or else Verso will take the turn, so Mael can have the double damage buff and the gradient charge multiplier once again and finish the fight with another Burning Canvas. Oscio will then cast his last gradient attack, and the last thing that you need to do here is gradient parry the world-ending attack. If you already mastered the strategy, each run can be cleared and repeated with a runtime of 3 minutes and 3 seconds with reset and loading times included, giving you 1 perfect chroma catalyst, 5 grandiose, and 10 lumina per run. Do this method consistently for an hour and we are looking at a 19 perfect chroma catalyst, 57 grandiose, and a good 190 lumina per hour. I am aware that there are faster clear times compared to this setup while having solo methods, but I prioritize the majority of the players who will adjust in this spot and crafted the shield one-shot build that I just showed you in this method. And if you're getting value so far, subscribe to the channel. Liking the video and engaging in the comments helps me more than you can imagine. If you find the previous spot too long for your taste, then you will want to check out the newly released Clair. This method will allow you to one-shot Clair effectively and get faster clear times of 1 minute and 39 seconds, meaning if you put in the work, you will be gaining a lot of lumina compared to the Obscur method. Find her in the Endless Tower, which I am showing on the screen right now, and head to the inner section of the tower where Clair's new painting is located. Take the time following the build that I am showing on the screen right now, and we are still using Mael, Verso, and CL. And for the love of the painters, be extra careful when following the pictos, the character stats, and Lumina as well, since I have carefully optimized the build to pull off the strategies later on. One thing to note here is that don't ever use CL's Lightsun weapon, as this weapon debuffs Clair with slow when you are applying buffs to your party members, and we don't want any kind of slow debuff in this setup. Any weapon is fine for CL, and the dualism that I have here is not required. The turn order of this fight should be Mael, Verso, and CL so we can execute our strategy flawlessly. For the actual method, you might want to pay attention to this one since the method will be over in a flash. Start the actual method by letting Mael cast Last Chance so we can access Virtuous Stance, while Verso is the only member here who has the cheater Picto equipped, and he will spam free aim shots to inflict and multiply burn stacks on Clair even though she is invulnerable at the moment, and end his first turn with a normal attack, inflicting more burn damage. Verso will do the same on his second turn to inflict more burn stacks on the target while also charging the gradient charge in the process. CL will now take her turn, and she will do free aim shots until she gets all of her buffs active. This is very crucial, so pay attention to this. When CL gets the rush buff when doing free aim shots, the added speed from this buff will rearrange the turn order and CL will be able to go after Clair. So the normal turn order looks like this before the free aim shots, but when the rush buff kicks in, CL should be able to go after Clair. Once CL gets her buff through free aim shots and maxes out the gradient gauge to level 3, cast Fortune's Fury on Mael to apply double damage. And now this is the hardest part. There is no way to skip Clair's incoming attacks, since the only way for us to remove his invincibility shield is by successfully parrying all of her attacks. It takes time to master all of her attacks, and the shield of your party members is more of a wiggle room for you to master the timings. Whoever Clair targets needs to parry all of the attacks and can't miss for her shield to go off. If you need to lower down the difficulty to story mode just to get easy parries, that will help as well, and you do have that option. But once you manage to parry all of the attacks, she is now vulnerable to damage and open for our one-shot method. After Clair's turn, remember that we managed to manipulate the turn order with CL so she can go after Clair. CL will then cast a normal attack on Clair to inflict defense down debuff. It is now time to end the fight, and Mael, with all the damage multipliers in the world from Luminas, gradient charges, and the additional burn stacks, will cast Burning Canvas to take out Clair in a single attack. If you do it correctly, you'll be dealing around 111 million damage without the roulette picto, and that is enough to take out Clair. If you master the strategy, each fight lasts around 1 minute and 39 seconds with reset, cutscenes, and loading times included, giving you a whopping 20 lumina per fight, 5 grandiose catalysts, and 1 perfect catalyst per run. Do this consistently for an hour and we are looking at a whopping 720 lumina, 180 grandiose, and 36 perfect catalysts. If you can master her attack timings, you will surely have fun with this method, while also gaining tons of lumina in the process. If you find the previous method crazy, nothing beats the duelist method as of the moment, which will allow you to beat this special boss over and over without the need to parry or dodge attacks. This method is so efficient, allowing you to earn a whopping 1000 plus lumina per hour. You can find the new duelist in the Endless Tower, just one level lower than Clair's painting. We are using Mael, Lune, and CL for this method to destroy both phases of the boss in the actual method. Mayel is the main DPS of Phase 1, while Luna will finish the job in Phase 2. Another build that you should really pay attention to replicate my exact results later on. So don't skip anything in here so you will avoid possible headaches. I highly suggest having the same pictos, exact character stats, and of course the Lumina setup of each character so everything will go smoothly when burning down the duelist. Now for the actual method, engage the boss by accessing the painting, and once the battle starts, Maya will cast Last Chance to transition to Virtuous Stance. She doesn't have any cheater Picto or Lumina with her, so Lune comes next. Lune will then cast Elemental Trick during her first turn so she can produce 4 elemental stains in the process for more damage multipliers later on. Lune will perform a normal attack during her second turn, allowing her to convert the stains that she have to darkness for more damage multipliers while also charging the gradient gauge. CL will take her turn and she will do free aim shots to help the party charge the gradient gauge and then will cast Fortune's Fury on Mayel. Again, you need to cast this on Mayel and not Lune. CL's second turn will start and she will do another round of free aim shots to charge the gradient gauge to level 3 and let her cast Intervention on Mayel and end her turn. Mayel will then cast Burning Canvas to one-shot the duelist, ending Phase 1. Even though we don't have that much of a burn stacks to work on as damage multipliers, the additional damage from Fortune's Fury will help Mayel in one-shotting the boss. And then when Phase 2 commences, it is time for Luna to take her turn and consume the level 3 gradient gauge for more damage multipliers. She will then cast her Lightning Dance skill to end the fight for good this time. The added damage multiplier from Frenzy and Faint Picto and from the Dark Elemental Stains that her new weapon provides allows her to deal a huge tons of damage, being one of the best damage dealers in this patch. Mastering this strategy will allow you to clear each fight with a lightning fast 1 minute and 8 seconds with reset and loading times included, giving you 1 perfect catalyst, 5 grandiose, and 20 Lumina per run. So in an hour of consistent farming, we are looking at 52 perfect chroma catalysts, 260 grandiose, and a mind-blowing 1040 Lumina per hour. Truly the best methods compared to the other DLC bosses. But a lot of you are asking me how all of the new DLC bosses methods perform compared to my traditional Lumina farming methods. It is clear as day that nothing beats the Chromatic Danceus methods right up to this day, giving you a whopping 2,375 Lumina per hour. But the main question is, what if you kill the Chromatic Danceus accidentally? You can take advantage of the creation spots as a traditional Lumina farming spot, which gives you 288 Lumina per hour. And again, the spots in the methods video is linked in the description for your convenience. After the creation spot, you can jump into DLC Clair if you can master parrying her attacks and get 720 Lumina per hour in return. Or what you can do instead is heading straight to the duelist method to get 1040 Lumina per hour, which is technically the fastest and best method in the entire game currently if you don't count the Danceus limited access. But what if you really prefer traditional farming methods aside from farming bosses? This video will teach you everything you need to know, so click on it and I will catch you on the next one.